Hello, I'm Mauro Lepore. Today I'm going to show how to create a data package. This is something that you may want to consider if you need the same dataset across multiple projects. For example, if you are a researcher, you may want to write different papers based on the same dataset. You could copy and paste the data in each of the projects that need those data, but that's probably a bad idea because if you update the data, then some of the projects may use the latest version and others may use an unupdated version. So the best way, or one way in which you could solve this problem is by placing the dataset into a single project, make that an R package, and then simply installing that package and loading that package inside each of the projects that need it. So let's go ahead and create a data package. So I'm going to use the function use this create package, and I'm going to call my package my pkg. When I do this, in this case RStudio tells me that it is a bad idea to create a package inside something that is already a project, and that's something that you wouldn't want to do generally, but I'm going to do it anyway right now, and the reason for that is because I'm working on rstudio.cloud, and the minimum unit of work is a project, so I cannot not be in a project basically. So to say yes, I want to create this package, now I need to type 1 and hit enter. Use this is going to create that package for me and is going to move into the working directory of that package. So here you go, you can see my computer basically in my directories that I'm in the directory my package. If I ask for the working directory, you can confirm that. And the next thing I want to do is to use some data into this package. So I'm going to pretend that I have the dataset I want to include here somewhere in my computer. So I'm going to navigate my file system, find the data that I want to include. I'm going to load it into my environment. In this case, I'm going to simply just click on the data, say yes, and as you can see, now that dataset has been loaded in my system. I'm going to navigate back to my package, and again, we can confirm that we are still on the working directory of that package. And the global environment contains the dataset that I want to include. In this case, this dataset is simply the first 6 rows of the empty cars dataset that is available through R. So to use this dataset into my package, I'm going to use the function use data, and I'm going to pass the object that I want to include, which is mini empty cars. And when I go enter, use this will create the data directory for me, and it's going to save that object inside it. So here you can see my files that data has been created, and inside it now it has saved the object there for me. And that's it. Really, all I need to do now is to go to the Build tab and click on Install and Restart. That is going to install the package, to build the package and install it into my system so that the package is accessible from any other project in my computer. To demonstrate that that is the case, I am going to navigate outside the package. For that, I'm going to jump here to the place where I was before. To move into this working directory, I'm going to double click here. Oh, whoop, sorry. Let's go here to project. Sorry, it's behaving a little funny. I'm going to click on project to open that working directory. So here we can see now that we are no longer inside the working directory of the package that I've created, but in a different working directory. So what I want to do now is to load the package that I've created. So I'm going to do library, and the name of the package was my pkg, and there you go. You see that the package already lives there. So R knows that it is a package available for load. So I'm going to load that package, and everything in that package should be now available. So the dataset mini empty cars is there. If instead of using the function library, I want to call the dataset directly, I could use the syntax my package, column, and the name of the dataset. So there you go. So you could be in any project in your computer, and you can access that dataset, which lives in just one place where you have to where you maintain it, but you can access it from anywhere. The next step would be to document that dataset, because for now, if we asked question mark name of the dataset, we get no documentation for it. So what we could do is go back to our package. I'm going to open that project, the project that contains my R package, and I'm going to add some documentation. So for this, I'm going to use the function first, use this use R to, sorry for this, to create a file that I'm going to call data.data, to create a file that where I'm going to write some information about where data came from. So I'm going to document nothing really, because I don't, and actually yes, I'm going to document the name of the dataset, which is mini empty cars, and I'm going to create Roxygen comments to create the help file. So first I need a title. So this is going to be first 6 rows of empty cars. Then I'm going to write a little description. This data set is a subset of the popular empty cars data set that comes with R. I could add more information here, but for now this is all that I will include. So I'm going to document this with document, and that has worked. To confirm that, I could do question mark. Sorry, first I need to load all the functions with dev tools load O, or with a shortcut Shift Control L, which does the same thing. So now I do question mark and the name of my dataset, which was mini empty cars, and that will show the help file that I've just created. As you can see, there is title, a little description, and then some additional information that Roxygen and DevTools are now smart enough to know. So it added some information about the format of my data and says that it has 6 rows and 11 columns. So I'm good to go. I'm going to install and restart. And again, now I can go to somewhere else in my computer. For example, the place where I started this presentation. So I'm somewhere else. I'll show you that with working directory, get working directory. And from here, I'm going to do load my package, my PKG. And from here, I'm going to get information about the dataset mini empty cars. Here you go, the help file I've just created with some information of it, and I could just print if I wanted the dataset to the console. So that's all for today. What we have done is to create a data package, and we have documented that dataset, and this is a very good thing to consider if you are using a single dataset across multiple projects.